Otto, what you do, you crazy?
All right, so what we're working right now is an out. And I don't like creating a lot of conflict around meals and things like that. So what I'm gonna be doing is just putting like 2 or 3 low value kibble in this bowl. Not the wasabi, goodbye. And then we've been using the word out. And she's never experienced it in this context. It's always been out away from my person. So I just want to transfer it over to other objects. But I'm using something that's not, I'm going to out her when the moment that she finishes the last kibble up. So there's nothing really in the bowl. And I'm just going to kind of transfer that muscle memory of moving away from me when she hears the word out, or moving backwards. So I theoretically want her to move when she hears the word out. I want her to move back away, and which will be towards me. And I'm going to mark with our yes marker, our reward word, and reward her with something higher value than what's in the bowl. And so I'm just kind of transferring like the creation of that muscle memory of moving away from a resource, so that we can theoretically out her away from whatever her possession is. Again, I don't really want to play around with her meals too much, because a lot of times that will create a little bit of unnecessary possessiveness over the food and create a lot of conflict, where anytime she's trying to eat, if we're messing with her meal, that's going to make her irritated and not enjoy the meal, and then that's where we're going to get into resource guarding issues. So if there already is an issue with her being possessive over food, I looked at the notes and it says that she growls over her food. Actual mealtime, just put her in your kennel, put her away, whatever that is, leave her alone to eat. But we're going to use this out so that we have a communication tool when we want her to leave something alone. So if she's trying to grab something off the counter, or she's running to go pester like a guest, or she sees an animal that she's interested in, or a dog or whatever, we just want to move her away from that thing. Right now it's going to be a lower value thing. I'm not going to ask for her to out away from something that she's super possessive over already, because she doesn't know what I'm asking just yet. If that's just playing with the cat. Out! Yes! Right there. So I just bit my own tongue and outed her away from the cat, but she already has that picture of, oh, I hear out, I move backwards. So I'm going to start with the kibble. So I'm going to put just a couple in the bowl, and as soon as she starts to lick it up, Tilly, out! Yes! She knows that there's nothing there, so she's already willingly moving away from it. If I put like a whole handful of kibble in there and she was still eating it and I outed her, she probably would try to rush and finish that food first, and then it would undervalue me using that word. So right now I'm just creating a behavior and not actually needing her to move away from that resource just yet, right? Like I don't want to create too much conflict too soon, where she's successfully kind of blowing off that cue to continue engaging with whatever her possession is. And I might have to put these cats away because, come on. Bye-bye, thank you. Come here. Tilly, out. Yes. Very nice. Ooh, smacks. Tilly, out. Yes. And I'm also not, she's on a leash in case she decides to like keep sniffing or whatever, and I can have that reliability where I can create like a success in what I'm asking, but I'm not cueing her with the leash initially. I want her responding to my verbal cue, so that way, like in a real life scenario when she's not on leash, I'm not relying on the need for the leash. Be so, get out of here. Hi. Tilly, out. Yes. Good job. Very nice. Cool. And then the what I was talking about before with her moving away from me, since we know that she likes to jump, if I call her to me, out, I'm going to take a step into her space as I say out, and right now I'm just tossing food away. Again, I'm building that reliability in the behavior of her moving backwards. So out, yes. She's already ready to have that secondary reinforcer, so I give the cue first, and then when she does it, then I will reward. Hi, out, yes, very nice. So like if you walk into a room and Tilly comes running up to you, we know she's gonna pop up there. The moment that she gets like a couple of strides away, I want you to just firmly step into her space. You don't even have to use the word out. I just want you to step into her space and create a little bit of spatial pressure, and watch how she responds to that. So, hey girl, hi! Good job. See how she kind of gives a little bit, because I'm using a language that she already knows how to respond to. Tilly, yes. Very nice, good girl. She just needs a lot of guidance. When I first met her, I could tell that she's kind of used to just being like silly and spicy and getting her way. Really working on establishing some healthy boundaries. A lot of leash work. No, Tilly, come here. And following through with yes. Following through with what I'm looking for and making her wait and making her give me space, yielding to me, all of those things where she's following me and seeking me and looking for guidance instead of taking her own initiative. That's gonna help her not be so spicy as far as our relationship is. Like, I'm not gonna worry about her being overly possessive or guarding or growly or anything like that, because our relationship is that, for lack of a better word, like, I'm in charge. And I don't really like getting to that. Like, I don't follow none of that stuff. I just want it to be clarity of we're coexisting and you're taking my lead, because as your caretaker, I am making those decisions for you in order for her to process that and understand it. It actually has to be happening within our dynamic, right? So if you are inconsistent or we're letting her call the shots and she's doing the things that she finds most reinforcing, she has way too many options, and so she's doing the things that best benefit her, you know, she's going to continue to do those things until we start communicating, like, I know that you like doing all that over there, but this is what your option is, and this is what you're allowed to do, and this is what you're not allowed to do. So that's kind of like an over analysis of it, but really it's super simple. It's like yes, no, and there's not a lot of in-betweensies. Right, girl? Tilly? What? Hi. Come here. Sit. Good. Good girl. Nope. Sit. Good. Thank you. So right there, she popped up out of a sit. I use the word good. That's implying that I want her to continue. Nope. Come here. Sit. The cats are running around. Nope. Sit. Good. And she's conflicted because she wants to go play around with them. Good. Her option is that she's hanging out here with me, and I'm just gonna work her through it. So it's okay that she makes mistakes and has these moments. That I actually want her to have these moments so that she knows, again, what I'm allowing and what her options are. Good. The leash is there so that I have better control. I'm not chasing after her and making it an entirely different game. Good. Good. Okay. Now she can go do her thing. Go ahead. Go play with the cats. I don't care. All right, girlfriend.
Hello.